Welcome guys, this is the video tutorial of SBIT1F for Java arrays and loopings. Enjoy watching!
I'm going to demonstrate you all how to use a while loop in Java. A brief explanation of while loop. The while loop allows you repeatedly execute a block of code as long as a given condition is true. Let's dive in step by step. First step, let's put class main syntax. This declares a class named main. Second step, the public static void main syntax. This syntax is a method or the entry point of any application accessible from anywhere and callable without creating an object of the class. Thirdly, the incount equals 0 semicolon syntax. That's what you call initialize a variable. Import step, I'm going to set the condition. I need to specify the condition that keeps the loop running. For example, while parenthesis count less than 10. In fifth syntax, this is system out print. This syntax prints the current value of count to the console followed by a new line. Lastly, this syntax. This syntax is increment the value of count by 1.
Oh no, error! I forgot to put semicolon to our initialized variable. Let's click run, and this is our output of while loop.
For do while,
there is a semicolon after the condition in the syntax, and initialization and updating is not the part of the syntax.
The original while loop checks the condition before executing the loop's body. If the condition is false initially, the loop's body won't execute.
a do-while loop guarantees the loop's body will execute at least once since the condition is checked after. This is useful for scenarios like reading user input or initializing operations.
For loop. The for loop in Java iterates a given set of statements multiple times. For loop is used to repeat a specific block of code a known number of times. For example, if you want to check the grade of every student in the class, we loop from 1 to that number. For loop is the control will never enter in a loop if the condition is not true for the first time. There is no semicolon after the condition in the syntax. Initialization and updating is the part of the syntax.
Thank you for discussing the for loop, Mr. Cons. Good day guys, my name is Aaron James Silaster. So, since you have an idea about for loop, para mas maintindihan natin yung for loop, i-code natin. Para mapakita natin yung example or demo natin sa for loop. Sabihin natin na, kunwari, napagawa tayo ng task para magbilang ng 1 to 10 and 10 to 1. Kapag ganyan, yung ipoprogram, need nyo ng for loop kasi kailangan nyo ma-print ng paulit-ulit yung numbers ng 10 beses. Ngayon, ganda yan. Kanina, diniscuss ni Mr. Konos yung laman ng for loop at yun yung iisa-isay natin. Yung for loop daw merong initialization, condition, and updating. Sa initialization, ang unahin natin is integer, I is equals to 1. Sa condition, less than or equal to 10. Kasi yung task daw natin is 1 to 10. And then, yung updating, ano bang meron sa updating? So, sa updating guys, meron tayong increment and decrement. May kita mamaya yung pinagkaiba nila, so unahin natin gamitin yung increment. Since 1 to 10 lang naman muna yung gagawin natin. Ganito sa increment guys. Plus gagamitin natin since increment din. Check natin yung output. So, yun. Tama. Nagawa natin yung unang task, which is 1 to 10. Gawin naman natin yung 10 to 1. Gagamitin natin yung decrement. So, sa initialization, yung 1 papadala natin ng 10 since mag-uumpisa tayo sa 10. Yung sa condition, papalitan natin ng greater than or equal to 1. And then sa updating is gagawin nating decrement, which is minus minus. Check natin yung output, guys. So yun, 10 to 1. Tama. So ano nga ba ang pinagkaiba ng for loop sa ibang loop, guys? Si for loop kasi is determine. Kapag sinabing determine, kumbaga pwede kang mag-decide kung ilang beses mo siyang gustong umulit or i-loop. Unlike sa while and do while na undetermined sila. Ganun lang sa for loop, guys.
Hi everyone, my name is Vincent Saji R. Cuenca, and I'm here to discuss about the definition of arrays. Arrays is a collection of multiple values in a single variable with the same data type. They are governed by using an index. Declaring arrays. Declare with values. Data type identifier equals value 1, value 2, value 3, value 4. String names equals to David, Alinir, and Jasper. Declare without values. Data type identifier, new data type, size, string names equals to new string 4. Thank you.
Hi guys, I'm Ramnig Vidanan, and now let's proceed sa ating practical coding. So paano nga ulit tayo mag-declare ng array? Gawin na natin. So una is ang ating variable. Next is the identifier. The sign of the array equals curly brackets and semicolon. Sa loob ng curly brackets, ito tayo maglalagay ng values like Romney, Nico, Sean, and Richard. Ganito tayo guys mag-declare ng isang array.
Let's now proceed to the reading array element. Reading array element naman, dito na tayo mismo nag-i-input ng variable. We have the identifier, which is the index, and the names is equals to 0. For assigning array element, we have identifier index equals to value, and the next is names inside the bracket is 0 equals to jmar. Here in the accessing array, we have value. Inside the value, we have David, Alinir, Jasper, Ace, Patrick. In index, we have 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4.
So ngayon guys, alam na natin kung para saan ang index at paano mag-access ng array. Ngayon is gawin na natin siya sa ating practical coding. So una is gagawa tayo ng system.out println at sa loob is yung ating identifier at saka yung ating index. So kunwari aims, sa loob niyan, sabi nga sa index, ang bilang nila is 0, 1, 2, 3. Counted si 0. Meron tayong 4 variables, pero 3 lang yung index natin. So kapag 0 nilagay natin, si Romnick yung lalabas. So, paano naman tayo mag-declare without value? So, ganun pa rin yung gagawin natin guys. Kailangan natin identify si variable, identifier, ang ating sign, and then ang lalagay natin ngayon dito kapag walang value is new ang ating variable sabay yung capacity ng ating array. So, kung 4 ilalagay natin dyan, meron siyang index na 0, 1, 2, 3. So, paano tayo mag-ano dyan guys? Paano natin siya lalagyan ng ating mga value? So, gagawin muna natin, maglalagay muna tayo ng input. So, let me do it first. So, ayan guys, nakalagay na tayo ng input. So, ang gagawin na natin ngayon ay, kunwari, maglalagay tayo ng enter name dito. Kapag gusto nating ilagay sa isang index yung ating value, lalagay natin isang ating variable ang number ng index, yan, si 0, equals, scan that next line kasi gumagamit tayo ng string. So, ayan guys, kung anong input natin dito is mapupunta siya sa value ng index 0 natin. So, let's try. Yan. Dahil si Romnick yung nilagay natin, dapat ang value ni index 0 is si Romnick. So, gumawa tayo ng system tayo dito. Tignan natin kung tama yung lalabas. Print line, yan, sabay names, and then 0. Yan guys. Kung sino lalagay natin dito, siya yung magpiprint sa baba. So, kunwari si Romnick. There you go. Ngayon lang guys. Ganun lang mag-access without value and variable sa ating array.
Challenge. Paired arrays by index. Create 3 arrays that will hold 5 users' credentials, including email, username, and password. For example, email, open bracket, 0, close bracket, username, open bracket, 0, close bracket, and password, open bracket, 0, close bracket, should belong to the same user.
Para sa ating challenge, ito guys yung ating answer key. So, tingnan nyo. So guys, maglagay tayo ng ating mga value. So let's try guys kung tama ba at swak yung mga index. Kunwari ilagay natin ang isang index. Tignan natin kung swak lahat ng ating mga value at kung tatama sila. Let's go. Let's see guys. So try natin lagyan ng 0. Dapat ang lalabas dyan is romnick@gmail.com, romnickqt at saka 123. There you go. Tama guys. So try natin yung 1. Yun, tama naman yung output niya guys. So, ganun lang. Sana may natutunan kayo sa ating Java tutorial na yun. And see you again next time. Goodbye!